Hey gang, Spada here, and today we are taking a look at some new headers for the Gosei line. Oh. And a boat.
I'm on a boat! I'm on a boat! Everybody look at me, cause I'm sailing on a boat! I'm on a boat!
So first off, we're going to take a look at the new headers. These are the Miracle headers. We have Miracle Dragon, Miracle Phoenix, Miracle Snake, Miracle Shark, and Miracle Tiger. And as you guessed, all of these guys are headers. They fit on every single toy. You could do whatever you want with them. So, what can you do with them? Especially when you have the Uss Enterprise right here to play with. First off, this thing is massive. I mean, this thing is huge. This is a Bumblebee mold from Revenge of the Fallen. Bumblebee mode, Gosei Ultimate fits on top of Bumblebee in a very disturbing way. So, the USS Enterprise here. That is one thing I really have to talk about here, is the coloring. In the show, it's much more shiny and a little white. This really looks like a version of the USS Enterprise, specifically from Enterprise, the series, the NX-01. It really does. It's not a bad-looking ship, but it's big. But it does have a feature. It has what I like to call Masterhead mode, which is pretty much just you standing the figure up like this and holding it, because if you look down there, if I let it go, it's going to fall over. And then attaching the headers. So we have Dragon, Shark, Phoenix, Snake, and Tigger. And then they fold in to form the Master Head. And if you've watched Gosei, you would know what this is. This is Master Header. Master Header. Now, all of these can fold out again. It's a little bit tricky on the legs because you just have to kind of finagle them in there. And the other headers go like that, and then Dragon goes up there, and they have a view while flying around the city, or the quarry, or wherever they're fighting evil. So, how does one transform a Gosei Ultimate? Very, very simply.
The transformation for Gosei Grade is very, very simple, as I just said. First, you'll start off by folding in the headers to form the Master Head mode, and then you'll take the sides of the vehicle and rip them off, and then they'll fold out to form the legs. Don't forget to remove the swords from the bottom of the feet. Then we'll come up here and open up the front of the vehicle mode and fold out the arms. And I really have to say, this transformation is disturbingly simple. It's almost as if the figure was designed around the headers forming the face, and then the rest of the figure was just forgotten about. Now here, there's actually a back panel switch that you need to push in order to flip that part out. Then simply flip up the head, close the back panel, flip up the antennas, and hello face.
Due to the size of the figure, I am forced to use this weird camera angle because, quite simply, he's too big to fit in frame. Now, this guy actually is a brick. I'm sorry, he is a brick. There is virtually no articulation on this figure. That is the limit of his articulation. his legs can bend, but there's no point. He comes with two sabers. They're called Ultimate Swords, and they're curved inwards, which I guess looks okay, but they're so tiny they don't really work all that well. Now they can actually, the swords themselves can combine into a bow and arrow sort of gimmick, as you can see. But that has not yet been shown in the show. That is pretty cool, though. His face is actually pretty nice, but very generic for a Sentai figure's face. It's just kind of bothers me. It's like very little thought was put into the head. I understand that this is just the third mecha, but just the whole figure feels kind of unfinished. And what I mean by that is, it just feels like it's just a gimmick figure. There's no real point to the figure other than to be the spaceship, the Starship Enterprise, and look like Master Header. Now, something you can do with these headers is you can fit any other header on these spots. So, as you can see, here we have a collection of headers. You get the idea. So I've got him back to his original form. What else can he do? Not a whole hell of a lot. He does combine with Gosei Great. And it's really stupid. By the power of the triangle! I don't know what to say to this. This is the dumbest use of the USS Enterprise I have ever seen. I mean, this is pointless. This toy is pointless. Other than being a giant Star Trek ripoff and a giant floating, flying triangle with a face, it becomes a backpack for Gosei Great. A giant triangle backpack. Now, I will admit it does have laser cannons, but still. Okay, so in this mode, Gosei Great can hold the weapons. It's got its arrows of virtue. And this is the only combination there is, or that I've been able to find. This is it. In the directions, there isn't anything else. And I've tried to combine it with Gosei Ground. Doesn't work all that well. It really doesn't work all that well. In fact, it's almost impossible. I don't know what else to say, other than, should you buy this? Should you buy Gosei Ultimate? No! No, you shouldn't. Unless this thing has another function that is not documented anywhere, don't pick this up. This thing's almost $100. It is completely not worth it. All you're getting is a really tall mech that turns into a backpack. A flying backpack. Now, I will admit, if I was going to school and I was a little kid, I would have loved to have a giant triangle flying backpack with laser cannons. But I have a car, and this thing is utterly pointless. Save your money. If you're thinking about picking this up, don't. Unless you want the headers, just don't even bother. I mean, hell, the thing doesn't even stand on its own. So, guys, this is Spada. I'll catch you next time. I really hope that there's another point to this thing.